So we are in the middle of testing, and I just want to show anyone who's never seen how this stuff operates. So this caddy is to protect the disc. So if you never mess with it, you would never see the actual disc, because it's designed in a way that tries to protect it and try to keep it clean. But you would set your player to the load position. A lot of times they would just have load, play, off. That's generally, and then some of them would have a few features here like fast forward and such, which they're referring to as rapid access and visual search. So you would put it on the load position, and you want to go straight. I think I got to fix the belt on this. Generally, it takes the disc on its own, and then it expels this caddy. And so now that the vinyl's in there, and I actually remove the cover so you can kind of see. And so this is where your stylus is going to be. If that one's not working, then you're going to be SOL. Finding a good one for a fair price or one that's brand new is not easy. So we flip it over to play. We're connected through composite coming out of the back, going into a switch box, and then into that TV. So you can see how it started loading. And we can see there's some distortion in our image there. So our assumption right out of the gate is that we need to replace the stylus. But there's the movie. Now notice that it's coming in black and white. So from what I know, there's two culprits that can usually be behind this. One is going to be, of course, the stylus. That tends to be the culprit for everything, right? The other one is going to be that the platter is not spinning fast enough, and thus some of the information is getting lost, which that one's kind of interesting how that would work, where it's still able to read that, but not the rest of the information. So more research needs to be done on that one. You'll also notice that there's no sound coming out. So I imagine it's because of the same reason, where some info is being lost. So we definitely have some work to do here. We're going to be opening it up, cleaning it. Of course, we always try to be as unintrusive as possible, right? We want to maintain things in their original state. But as you start finding all this stuff, then you just have to do your due diligence. Now, the reason we're spending all that time in this is, number one, this is how you learn. The more you get hands-on on stuff, it's how you learn. Just the same as making these videos. The more you do it, you start picking up things, right? Whether it's Adobe tools, CapCut, whatever you're using, iMovies. So that's why you have to mess with what you're working as you develop your niche. Now these ones, you don't come across them every single day, definitely not in working condition. So anytime you get a chance to work on them, you should. And the reason we're going to put in some effort is it'll make the difference between whether this will be worth $250 or $80 for parts, right? So you do the math, you think about the amount of them that we have, and you go from there. So you can see we have an operating unit, which is good. So we're going to check the belts for the loading mechanism. We're going to check the belt for the turning platter, if that's the right term. One thing that is pretty cool about these units, let me find a lid, is something that younger folk may not know, young folks such as myself, right? Back in the day, electronics used to include schematics for you to do your own services. And I mean, that goes for a huge range of electronics, whether they were appliances or entertainment stuff. So you could see part numbers. My God, you got everything labeled. It even tells you how to access the stylus. So that's something that got lost to time as technology got smaller and smaller, and companies were opting for you to not be able to test your own equipment, much less do the repairs. So we're going to work on this. I also noticed there's a little bit of skipping. Let me see. I don't think it'll let me do the fast forward. You see how it's repeating the same scene? That could be because the disc is dirty and it's causing the stylus to stutter and skip, or because of the stylus itself. So just a quick demonstration on how this works, and let's see if we can get the disc out so I can just show you what it looks like. And so all you would do here is just go to unload, just like that, raw. So this has to be at the right angle. And there's a couple of little tabs here. Let's see if I can get them. So we got one. There we go. Really, you're not supposed to put your fingers on them. I can definitely see that there is some dust. Now, these came to me from an auction, and you know, they don't always clean them very well, nor do they describe them very well. Note, that's not to say that all auction houses are bad. Most of them are actually not. All that stuff that you hear about how they run up their prices isn't actually true. I'm sure that some do, but I can guarantee you the majority of them do not. I know a lot of them personally, and most of them are good people. So I'll be giving that a wipe, giving it another shot, and if I manage to fix this, I'll do a follow-up showing the results, the triumphant results. So thanks for stopping by.